everyone, and welcome to a live installment of the Fruit Juice Show.
I'm Jeremy Solomon.
And I'm TJ Barkoff. Let's begin. So, fruit juice is made up of stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Kind of stuff, Jeremy. Oh, you'll be amazed. Fruit juices are the natural liquid substances contained in all fruits and is typically composed of primarily water and fruit.
Alright. Maybe just give me some. Okay, so fruit juice has a lot of sugar. Definitely not Coke. And in fact, there's approximately 100 grams of sugar per liter of fruit juice on average.
Oh, is that only in fruit juice drinks that contain only 25% real juice?
Nah. Even in fruit juice, it's composed of 100% juice. The sugar content is still just as high.
Not as high as I am right now.
When talking about the chemistry of fruit juice, the distinction must be made between citrus juices and other kinds of juices. In citrus drinks, there are typically much higher acidity levels. The average pH of a citrus drink, such as orange, grapefruit, and tangerine juice, usually falls between 3 and 3.5, and is made of approximately 8 to 10% sugar.
Did you say pizza?
No, TJ, I was talking about fruit juice.
Oh yeah, that's awkward. Well, anyway, citrus fruit juices do contain many vitamins that aid the human body. Unfortunately, many of these pizzas are not going to be in the pizza that I ordered about 45 minutes ago for us. Excuse me.
Maybe you go check that.
Well, anyways, when the companies take the juice out of the fruit, the vitamin-containing centers called flavonoids are left behind, and all the nutrients do not continue the process with the juice.
TJ, how do you spell flavonoid?
It's S-T-F-U-J-E-R-E-M-Y. As a result, the metabolic rates of those who consume the liquids are slowed down quite proportionally.
Well, I would bet that leads to obesity and diabetes, doesn't it, TJ?
Are you calling me fat, Jeremy?
No. I was just saying that the extremely high levels of sugar put into these juices by the major companies may lead to obesity and cardiovascular issues, since the body cannot digest the fast enough. And
So now you're saying I'm out of shape.
yeah.
I thought we were friends. Now
it's over.
It is. It's over. Should we just keep talking about the other?
I think well, in addition to diabetes and obesity, which you have both of TJ, problems have arisen based on fruit juices, such as grape juice, concerning the liver. Regular intake and consumption of these juices can complicate the liver, and they can also interact with other drugs that are in the body, and so that has support by that. Look aside.
We know you had a lot more.
Let's compare drinks, shall we?
That sounds like a good idea.
A&W root beer. Per 8 fluid ounces, there are about 30 carbs, about 30 sugar in grams, of course, and 120 calories.
It's good. Now, I have chocolate can orange juice. In 8 fluid ounces, we have 22 grams of sugar, 26 grams of total carbohydrate, 450 milligrams of potassium, 120% vitamin C, 35% calcium, and it's pure pasteurized orange juice.
Alright,
With
well,
additional calcium.
so there's a couple of good things about that. The first good thing is that the orange juice was in front of TJ's face the whole time, so we didn't have to see that for a couple minutes. And the other thing is that, you see here, there is not that much of a difference when you talk about sugars and carbs between the orange juice and the root beer. I mean, of course, you have the difference of how you get the vitamins, and you get the added benefit of drinking a more natural drink. So there's that. What do you think, TJ? What are your thoughts, reflections, ideas?
You want me to write this down for you, Jeremy?
No, just talk, man. Just let it
Stop?
flow.
Alright.
Let it flow.
Just be quiet for a second so I can keep talking. Now, with orange juice, there's a lot less steps to make it. However, you still see the pasteurization method, and even though it says never from concentrate, there's still a use on the back of concentrate, which is similar to soda in the artificial way it's made, and the improper way that sugars and other vitamins are added after they're taken out initially. You see, there's way too much sodium and sugar.
unhealthy amounts. Indeed. The high sodium content present can cause an increase in blood pressure, which in turn can lead to stroke and a greater risk of heart attack. In addition, the increased water retention can lead to effects on appearance, creating puffiness, bloating, and weight gain. And that can make someone, TJ, even more unattractive. You got a problem?
No problem, Jeremy. So, let's ignore that. The production of fruit juices had yielded a substantial increase in greenhouse emissions. Carbon footprints have increased by 30% in Florida alone, and dangerous chemicals are entering our environment and the drinks we consume every day.
You know, TJ, that sounds bad. Why? Why does that happen? Why? Dude, why?
I beat you, Pink. Well, the large machines that are used to extract pulp and other solids from the juices emit a large amount of CO2 and methane, which obviously worsens the environment. Jeremy. Pressure and heat inside the machine heats up the juices to a temperature where the bonds in the fruit can be broken apart and one can take out the solids and other waste materials.
Alright, well, what's worse than that is that many of the places where these processes occur are even on foreign soil and they have unregulated conditions, which could lead to further problems. Stop fixing your hair.
It was on point before.
Not on point.
It was on point.
How about we talk about other potential negative effects?
Making with my hair here?
Yeah.
Somebody. You skipped something.
I'm so confused. Why'd you stop?
Jeremy made fun of my hair fixing. Another potential negative effect of this consumption of sugar as a result of drinking fruit juice is that the feeling of fullness takes longer to occur, causing more eating in addition to the already bad consumption of fruit juices.
Yeah,
and
other
other
studies.
sugary drinks,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Other studies show that those who drink primarily fruit juice tend to not drink as much milk as they should, which could cause deficiency in calcium, and consequently an increased risk of osteoporosis.
Yes, that's why many of the fruit juices are starting to add vitamin D and calcium, just like the Tropicana orange juice we showed before.
Precisely. Despite all these negative effects that are associated with the overconsumption of fruit juices, we cannot ignore. We can't ignore it. We can't ignore the positive nutritional effects of fruit juice.
Of course there are. For example, in V8, there's no saturated fat, no cholesterol, and a high vitamin C content.
Yeah. Also, especially in juices that are 100% fruit juice, the all-natural ingredients can pose health benefits as well.
There are many fruit juice companies that many people do not know about that have a tasty product and are much healthier than leading brands. As you were saying, the sugar content contained in fruit juice metabolizes in two ways. One, as a carbohydrate, and two, as a fat. The glucose to fructose bond in sugar is broken up upon digestion, as the glucose is metabolized in the bloodstream as a carbohydrate, while the fructose is metabolized in the liver as a fat. For people who have slow metabolism, this intake of sugar can lead to a greater buildup of fat, hence causing obesity.
Sorry, just had to get that workout in. Poor TJ. People like you are really more likely to get diabetes from people with less of a fruit juice intake. The American Heart Association recommends not drinking sugary drinks and fruity liquids because it causes the blood sugar levels to increase. The only juices that are approved are those that are 100% juice with no sugar added.
That's right, Jeremy. There are also many drinks that are hazardous to the health of a diabetes patient, which I am not. Brands like V8 and Tropicana advertise healthy, helpful drinks, while in actuality they contain unhealthy amounts of sodium and sugar. Look at these quite ridiculous commercials.
Shut